Hello guys, this is Socrate, and yeah, I know that I look like a terrorist who's going to destroy a big city after this video is over, but it's all because today we are talking about the kamikaze man himself, Eminem. More specifically, we are reviewing Music to be Murdered by Side B. So Eminem must have been locked up in his studio all year, because this is the second project he's put out in 2020. I know that it is labeled as a Deluxe, side B of the first Music to be Murdered by, but it has enough songs to be considered a whole new album. I know it is a common trend in 2020 to release a Deluxe slash new album. I mean, hey, who knew that the Eternal Take Wave would be so influential? For your consideration, I really enjoy the original Music to be Murdered by. It had great production choices and the rapping was also amusing. So I was expecting him to follow a similar path with this one. But what do I think about the album? Is it good? Is it bad? And is it better than side A? Let's find out. Black Magic with Skylar Grey is the first song on here, and it fits pretty well with the theme of horror and insanity that the album is going for. Everything here has an eerie vibe, from the instrumental to the chorus and the verses. And the screams of agony and pain coming from the dying lady lead perfectly to the next song, Alfred's Theme. Eminem seems to always care about how a song transitions to the next one. This song is a complete change of sounds from Black Magic. The beat is so wacky, but in a good way. The flows are on point, and lyrically he's just having fun. Here's an example of what I'm saying. My dick is Kochek. She wanna jack it off. But he has some serious wordplay too, like the I'm washed up bar scheme. That was great. I mean, generally, Eminem in 2020 seems to be having so much fun with his music, and I'm glad for that. Tone Deaf is another song here where he's just spitting some bars in catchy flows over interesting production. And there is cool wordplay too, like Aftermath bitch, whole camp slit, we without fire, dress stamps it. One thing I noticed is that Eminem went overboard with the beat switches. Book of Rhymes, Nat, These Demons, Discombobulated. And this element of side B was great and it paid off. For the most part, because Nat is a song that I didn't really like as much as the other ones that I mentioned. The first beat is just okay and mediocre, to be honest. The second one is the best of all, in my opinion, and the third one sounds like a lullaby. Even if the trumpet saved it a little bit, it was a complete turn-off. But that Mike Pence bar, that was nice. Before Nut, there is Guns Blazing, which is a track that, personally, doesn't leave a strong impression on me. I feel like maybe in the future I'll appreciate it more, but for now it's just passable. Another unimpressive cut here is She Loves Me. The subject matter is kinda stiff and the progression isn't that engaging and interesting, to be honest. The horns are kinda cool, but as a whole, I could live without it. Oh, and also, what the fuck is Key? I feel like every time I'm listening to this, I definitely lose some brain cells. They get extinguished. Now let's talk about Book of Rhymes for a second. Before listening to this, I was excited to hear Eminem on a DJ Premier beat, but in reality he only did some scratches at the end, which were cool, but I feel like it was a missed opportunity in a sense. Regardless though, the production here is great. The first beat is a trap banger, and the second one has a more sinister feel to it. I love it. Lyrically, Eminem has some fire-ass punchlines here, like the ghostwriter scheme, and bars like I used to wonder where my next meal's gonna come from. Now I just wonder where my next meal's gonna come from. That's one of the best brag raps I've heard all year. He also mentions people who don't like his music with bars like this. And I can understand what he's going for. You know, don't be negative on the internet all of the time if you don't like something. Just move forward. But at the same time, everyone has the right to express their own opinions, like I do right now. Moving forward to these demons, my god, the three beats and the way they transition from one to another are so dirty. Every time I listen to the first beat switch, I feel like I'm going to get a heart attack. And I love what he has done lyrically here. The verses contain great wordplay and they are clever and humorous. What rhymes with pariah? Eminem, you're just asking for smoke at this point. One of the best tracks, I think. Also, I would like to give a shout out to Favorite Beach. I like the sentiment and the message behind the song, talking about how music affected Eminem's life and the nostalgia that he has for the early days. At first I wasn't feeling the chorus, but after a couple of listens, I think that Idola Sign was a nice inclusion to the track. One of the sonically standout songs on the LP is Higher. It's a hard, bassy stadium anthem with a chorus that I find catchy, even though it's a little bit rough. And he flips more lines here, like the chants, the crowd giving the chants, and a little bit of change a little bit. That was cool. Zeus is one of the most talked about songs on side B, mainly for that Snoop Dogg diss. As a song, I think it's pretty cool, with a chill chorus from White Gold, accompanied by a chill instrumental. The third verse also had the biggest impact, where he essentially explains that someday those artists that right now are popular are going to be considered as fallen off by the listeners. And finally, the album ends with the song Discombobulated, which is a massive throwback to the Relapse era. And Relapse is an album that I really enjoy. I had a big smile when he yelled Accent! The intro, the chorus and the piano-based instrumental sound like something straight off of Relapse, as I mentioned. And it's a great closure to side B of Music to be Murdered by. So overall, I think this album is good. I can sense that he's having fun, and that results to me having fun for the majority of this project. I find his production choices to be really enjoyable and entertaining for the most part, and I like the fact that his beats sound more contemporary and modern than ever. He's still trying to find new ways to flow, which I really respect, and he has cool and funny wordplay all over this project, in my opinion. At last, I would say that I prefer the hooks that are found on side A to the ones that are found on side B. And speaking of side A, which do I think is better? And after listening to both sides, I still prefer side A. I felt like side A was more well groomed and more organized as an album overall, even though it didn't stick to its concept the whole way through. Side B, on the other hand, is more of a loose collection of songs, but at the end of the day it's still a fun and amusing project. My score is 7.5 out of 10. Alright guys, that was the video for today. If you like what you saw, like the video. If you didn't, you still have to like it, because it's the law, everyone knows that. If you want to see more reviews and hip-hop related content, subscribe and hit the bell like I hit my pinky toe on the corner of my bed. And that was it. Okay, bye!